These are the days that officially mark the beginning of the next great bull cycle in the world of cryptocurrencies. And this movement could create a new wave of millionaires in the coming months. Do you want to know what changed?
What? Okay, I'm back!
And what if I told you that the United States has just taken the first step toward the greatest economic transformation of our era? What if I revealed to you that 15 specific cryptocurrencies could skyrocket in value thanks to these new measures, and you still have time to ride this wave? Well, what most people don't see, and even less understand, is that the financial revolution of the 21st century has already begun. And what started as an initiative in the United States is now spreading like an unstoppable wave that will affect every corner of the planet. Pay very close attention, because in this video you will not only understand what is really happening, but also which crypto assets you should consider investing in to surf this wave, and how you can take advantage of it before it's too late. Don't fall behind. What is the Genius Act? Let's take a look.
Yeah, I'm back!
Using cutting-edge blockchain technology, we are witnessing what could be the greatest disruption in finance since the birth of the internet. Who would have imagined that today we would be talking about this with such seriousness? These past few days mark a before and after, as well as the beginning of a new bullish period. And this movement will bring another great crypto push in the coming months and years. After hectic weeks in Congress, during what was called Crypto Week, while the country was distracted by scandals and other issues, something massive has just happened. President Donald Trump has formally signed the Genius Act, a key piece of legislation that provides legal structure for the use of dollar-backed stablecoins. This new regulatory framework could unleash the true potential of stable digital currencies, kickstarting a revolution similar to the early days of the internet. Many experts are already saying it. What do you think? And if you also believe this is just the beginning, then you're exactly where you need to be. What many people ignore, and even fewer understand, is that behind the scenes, the financial infrastructure we operate on is completely outdated. Years of technological delay have left payment and transfer systems slow, costly, and inefficient. With the Genius Act, this is about to change. Now, banks, companies, and institutions will be able to create digital assets backed by dollars, treasury bonds, and other liquid assets. This not only strengthens the dollar, but also positions it as the main global digital currency. And that's not all. Two complementary laws have also been approved, the Clarity Act and the Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act, which are now awaiting Senate validation. Together, these legislations are putting the United States at the forefront of the global crypto ecosystem. For years, the crypto sector in the United States was blocked by confusing regulations and clear hostility from the previous administration. But now, with new leadership and these transformative measures, the country is taking back the helm. President Trump promised to turn the United States into the crypto capital of the world, and he is delivering. These laws consolidate the vision of a strong digital America, reinforcing the role of the dollar as the world's reserve currency, fostering innovation under a clear legal framework, and ensuring that all digital evolution respects fundamental values: freedom, privacy, and free markets. The world is taking notice. It's no longer just Dubai, London, or Singapore betting on crypto. Now it's the United States setting the pace, and everyone else is starting to follow. And as Val Hines, current director of crypto at the White House under Trump, said, the United States will lead this monetary policy, and the world will follow our example by adopting Bitcoin. Do you agree? Do you think this move will affect Latin America, Europe, Asia, and Africa? We do. The domino effect has already started. Companies that left will seek to return to the United States, and other nations will adapt their legislation to compete. The recent approval of the Genius Act in the United States is not just another law, It is a key piece that marks the beginning of a global economic transformation. This legislation establishes a clear legal framework for dollar-backed stablecoins, opening the doors to a new financial era where digital money will be as common as cash, or even more so. And although the news has been celebrated by the crypto industry in the United States, the truth is that this does not only affect Americans, it affects the entire world. Because when the most powerful economy on the planet adopts a new digital monetary system, no country is left on the sidelines. While millions remain distracted by political conflicts and viral noise, the traditional financial system is being reconfigured at a speed that few can imagine. The money you know is changing. The rules of the game are changing. And you are just in time to understand it, or be left behind. With this new framework, banks, companies, and governments will be able to issue crypto assets backed by real reserves, dollars, treasury bonds, and tangible assets. This not only strengthens the dollar, it consolidates its dominance as the global digital currency and, at the same time, blocks the advance of controversial central bank digital currencies, the so-called CBDCs, rejected by many for their potential use as a surveillance tool. But that's not all. The truly fascinating part is this: the movement that began in Washington is already echoing across the planet. Latin America is at the forefront of this revolution. In countries like El Salvador, where Bitcoin is already legal tender, cryptocurrencies are not the future, they are the present. In Argentina, facing chronic inflation, more and more people use stablecoins to protect their value. In Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, Peru, and Brazil, decentralized finance is giving access to financial services to millions who never had a bank account. And not only in Latin America. In Europe, banks are adopting blockchain infrastructure to cut costs and improve efficiency. Germany and France already have advanced regulatory frameworks for crypto assets. Spain, Portugal, Switzerland, and Estonia are among the most crypto-friendly countries in the Web3 ecosystem. In Asia, countries like Japan and South Korea lead in technological innovation applied to crypto. India, despite ambiguous regulation, is one of the largest markets for crypto adoption by user volume. And in Africa, where millions lack access to the traditional banking system, crypto is becoming the only viable way to send and receive money, save, and even build businesses. Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and Ghana are already references in decentralized adoption. In the United Kingdom, the Bank of England is closely monitoring these moves, and London is positioning itself as a hub for tokenized securities and institutional crypto adoption. Meanwhile, in the European Union, the MiCA regulation has set a unified standard, accelerating adoption across countries like Italy, the Netherlands, and Belgium. This shows that the Genius Act is not isolated. It's part of a global shift act, and will be projected even further with upcoming measures like the inclusion of cryptocurrencies in retirement plans, already announced by Trump himself. Can you imagine what it means to allow Bitcoin and Ethereum inside traditional retirement funds? Long-term institutional capital flowing directly into the crypto ecosystem. And it doesn't end there. Gigantic firms like Charles Schwab, which manage trillions of dollars, have already announced their intention to offer crypto trading to their millions of clients. They want to compete directly with Coinbase. The message is clear. The traditional system is integrating with the new financial world. Facing this scenario, you need to be prepared. No one will want a state-controlled version if they can access private, secure, and audited alternatives. Of course, this law has technical details, but they are fundamental not only for the United States, but for the rest of the world. Many still don't understand. Most continue to underestimate what's coming. And yet, veteran analysts like Marian Bartle, with more than 40 years in finance, are already optimistic. Between artificial intelligence and cryptocurrencies, we are entering a cycle of expansion that could last for years. She predicts that the S and Ampwink with tongue sticking out 500 will soon surpass 7,000 points, and that Bitcoin could reach $150,000. This is not just a boom in the United States, but a global one. In the United Kingdom, Financial regulators have already started approving products tied to Bitcoin and Ethereum, accelerating the arrival of institutional capital in Europe. Japan, Hong Kong, and South Korea are moving forward with fast-track licenses for exchanges and crypto funds. In Singapore, new blockchain innovation hubs are being developed with direct government support. In Latin America, Brazil and Mexico are working on clear regulatory frameworks for stablecoins, directly pushed by the domino effect of the Genius Act. And the Federal Reserve will soon cut rates, which will further boost the economy. Low interest rates mean risk assets going up, and that includes cryptocurrencies. Marianne sums it up like this: crypto is the spark that is igniting the engines of the global market. The global financial system is about to make a quantum leap. Bitcoin will be, as she said, what should always have existed when the internet was created. And if it's still hard for you to picture it, think about Star Trek. Touchscreens, virtual assistants, futuristic technology, and digital credits as universal currency. We are already there. Bitcoin and stablecoins are that new economy, and the best part is you still have time to position yourself before the rest wake up. In Europe, the MiCA regulation has just come into force, obligating banks and institutions to adapt to the new crypto world with clear regulatory frameworks. In the UK, the approval of crypto ETFs is already generating a new wave of trust in traditional financial markets. In Asia, institutional capital is flowing into Japan and Hong Kong thanks to favorable regulations, while South Korea is preparing to become a hub of digital innovation. And in Latin America, from Argentina to Chile, governments are watching the impact of the Genius Act and accelerating their own adoption plans. But the big difference in this cycle is the massive entry of institutional capital. Managers like BlackRock, Fidelity, and Vanguard have already launched investment funds and ETFs tied to Bitcoin and Ethereum, opening the door to trillions of dollars from the traditional market entering the crypto ecosystem. This means we are no longer talking about just enthusiasts or visionaries, but about banks, insurers, and pension funds incorporating crypto assets into their portfolios. And once institutional money enters, the market will never be the same. The latest developments in recent days, crucial for the economic future, include the SEC launching Project Crypto, an initiative to modernize the rules and prepare the ground for the new on-chain market. In addition, an executive order already allows cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum to be integrated into 401k retirement plans, opening the door for trillions of dollars in savings to flow into crypto. And as if that weren't enough, Bitcoin is already breaking price records, fueled by expectations of Federal Reserve rate cuts. The Genius Act also introduced a historic measure. In case of bankruptcy, stablecoin holders will have repayment priority over other creditors, protecting millions of users worldwide. And if that weren't enough, in the United States, the Senate is about to vote on the Clarity Act, a law that will definitively determine whether each cryptocurrency should be regulated as a security under the SEC or as a commodity under the CFTC. This regulatory clarity will eliminate years of legal uncertainty and open the door to much broader and safer institutional adoption. In other words, once this law passes, the market will finally have the framework it has been waiting for, and that could mark the true beginning of the institutional crypto era in America. Moreover, the convergence between artificial intelligence and blockchain is not only accelerating this transition, but is laying the foundations for a more efficient, secure, and global digital economy. And that is why today I bring you a list of 15 cryptocurrencies, yes, 15, that are directly tied to this new financial order. Some you already know, others maybe not, but all have one thing in common. They are part of the next big economic leap. These 15 have unique features that could make a real difference in this new crypto era, not just because of their technology, but because of their alignment with the new economic and regulatory landscape being shaped in the United States and inevitably spreading across the world. Hey, if you've made it this far, it's because you're as committed as we are to this digital financial revolution. And if this content opened your eyes, imagine what's coming next. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single crucial update. Smash the like button if this video is bringing you value, and leave us a comment with your opinion. Which of these cryptocurrencies do you think will dominate this new global scenario? And finally, share this video with your friends and the crypto community, because what's coming is so big that no one should be left out. Stay with us in this episode, where we predict that the future is already at stake. Once that's clear, we go straight to what I know you're most interested in, the ranking of the 15 American-made cryptocurrencies with the greatest potential for this cycle. I'll present them to you from number 15 down to number 1. And I don't mean to say that some are more valuable than others, except for the absolute king, Bitcoin. Each of these coins has solid fundamentals, but more importantly, they are strategically aligned with the new legal framework of the Genius Act and with what will be the digital, so pay close attention.
What is that?
Number 15, Kaspa. Ticker symbol, KS. A modern, scalable, and fast asset. It is ideal for regulated public infrastructures seeking efficient alternatives to Bitcoin. The Genius Act favors secure and energy-responsible ecosystems, and Kaspa delivers on both. Number 14, Render. Ticker RNDR. An altcoin that provides distributed graphic power. It will be essential in the era of AI, the metaverse, and digital creation. The new laws fuel these sectors with legal and tax incentives. Number 13, Injective. Ticker symbol INJ. Pay attention to this one because it's the decentralized NASDAQ. It offers derivatives and advanced financial products in a DeFi format. With clear regulation, it becomes a viable platform for institutional traders. Number 12, SUI. Ticker symbol SUI. A blockchain that is efficient and easy to integrate. Ideal for official DeFi government apps. Built from the ground up with scalability and legal compliance in mind. Number 11, Maker. Ticker symbol NKR. DI is a decentralized stablecoin, partially backed by US Treasury bonds. Perfect for an environment where stability and decentralization are needed. It fits very well in the hybrid framework allowed by the Genius Act. Number 10, Base. Ticker symbol BASE. Coinbase official Layer 2. It acts as a legal and technological bridge between everyday users and institutions. Developed in full compliance with US regulatory frameworks. Number 9, Arbitrum. An altcoin that operates as an Ethereum scaling solution. Highly adopted in institutional DeFi, ideal for operating regulated and auditable financial contracts. Number 8, Stellar. Focused on global financial inclusion. Thanks to its partnership with MoneyGram and NGOs, it's a solid option for regulated payments in developing countries. Number 7, XRP. Ticker symbol XRP. Ripple. Fast and low-cost international payments. Its legal situation has improved and is now stronger than ever. Banks will see it as a clear alternative for secure international transfers. Number 6, Polygon. Ticker symbol MATIC. Ethereum scalability at its best. Adopted by corporations and governments. Easily integrable into legal frameworks. Ideal for business tokenization. Number 5, Avalanche. Ticker symbol AVAX. A platform ready to issue digital assets for banks or governments. Already working with giants like Amazon Web Services. Highly compatible with institutional projects. Number 4, Chainlink. Ticker symbol LINK. The essential oracle for smart contracts. It brings real-world data into blockchain networks. Key for creating legal, auditable, and secure financial solutions. Number 3, USD Coin. Ticker symbol USDC. An audited stablecoin, 100% backed. The ideal model of an official digital currency in regulated environments. Directly boosted by the Genius Act. Number 2, Ethereum. Ticker symbol ETH. The backbone of almost the entire crypto ecosystem, fully compatible with regulations. On Ethereum, the DeFi world, DAOs, and the stablecoins of the future are being built. And now, number 1, the King of Kings. Bitcoin. Ticker symbol BTC. The original crypto and the main currency. Now validated by the world's most trusted financial system with the largest market cap. That's why it will now be part of retirement funds and a legal and fiscal store of value. The future has already begun, and this time there are no excuses. It is no longer a marginal technology. It's the new backbone of the global digital economy. In the United States and the United Kingdom, these assets are already being included in pension funds and regulated retirement plans, legitimizing their adoption even further. In Europe, countries like France and Germany are preparing frameworks to allow traditional banks to offer stablecoins and crypto directly to their clients. And in Latin America, Brazil and Mexico are advancing with regulations that could turn them into regional financial hubs of the new blockchain economy. You decide, are you going to watch from the sidelines? Or are you going to ride the wave? And so, we reach the end of this journey through a revolution that has already begun. This is not a passing trend or just speculative assets. We are witnessing the rebirth of the global financial system, and you are standing right at the threshold of that change. What yesterday seemed like science fiction is today's reality. Programmable money, smart contracts, decentralized networks, and a new economic architecture backed not only by code, but also by legislation, innovation, and political will. While many remain trapped in old narratives and outdated systems, a new generation of visionaries is building the economy of the future, freer, fairer, and more accessible. It's no longer just about investing. It's about understanding the historic moment we are living through and acting accordingly, because great changes don't knock twice. This is your chance to be on the right side of history. So research, learn, stay informed. And if you decide to enter, do it with strategy, awareness, and long-term vision. The future is already here, and it has the shape of blocks of chain. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this useful, subscribe, give us a like, and share this content with those who need to wake up. Until next time, and may knowledge guide you in this new digital era.